Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us here on 11 Alive Plus. I'm Cheryl Preheim.
And I'm Faith Jesse. And new this afternoon, a judge granting bond for the former DeKalb County School Superintendent with several special conditions. Here's what we know about this. Prosecutors say Devon Horton grabbed his wife by the neck during an argument over the weekend, choking her in front of their 5-year-old child. 11
Alive's Grace King joins us live from the DeKalb County Jail where Dr. Horton is being held.
Grace, you did hear from Dr. Horton's attorney and his wife. What are they saying today?
Well, Devon Horton's wife says he's had a stressful few months after a federal wire fraud and embezzlement indictment forced him to resign from his job as DeKalb County Schools Superintendent. She says what happened Saturday was a one-off and just everything bubbling off to the surface.
He's not a violent person. I just feel like he is under a lot of stress, and I would just be so thankful if you would grant him bonds.
On Monday, Devon Horton's wife asked the judge to let her husband come home.
Even in the moment that things were escalating, I was never fearful for my life. My children were never in danger.
Arrest warrants allege Horton's 5-year-old saw his dad choke his mom and push her towards a wall. The wife had no visible injuries, but told authorities she felt like she would faint.
And whenever you're talking about allegations of putting your hands around someone's neck, that offers a lot of concern. It does not take much pressure before something worse can happen.
Magistrate Court Judge Jarek Johnson Gage factored that concern into his decision. He granted Horton a $25,000 bond, but with a no physical contact provision.
A victim can say, I don't want to move forward, I don't want to press charges, I want this whole thing thrown out, but that's not dispositive.
Criminal defense attorney Devin Rafis, who isn't involved in this case, says the judge has to decide whether possible risks outweigh the victim's wishes. Prosecutors, not the wife, will decide whether the case moves forward.
It's ultimately up to the DA's office, the prosecutors, on whether or not they want to move forward or if they want to sort of grant the victim's wishes and just dismiss the case.
And I spoke with Horton's attorney as he left the jail earlier. He said that Horton does intend to post bond, but would not share when. Horton can still have physical contact with his kids, just not his wife. Live in DeKalb County, Grace King, 11 Alive News.
Yeah, thank you so much for bringing this to us, Grace. Still so many questions, and we're keeping his wife in our thoughts. Thank you so much for that. We do know that Horton's next federal court date is set for February 5th.